Welcome back, everyone, to Third Street Reactions. I'm Zach.
Shane.
We're back with Attack on Titan, Season 3, Episode 17.
Remember, guys, to click on that link. We can't put the reaction on YouTube. We put it on our Patreon for free for everyone. You can go watch it for free. You don't have to be a member. Come back here for the post-talk.
Do you remember what happened last time?
Dude, it was a hell of a thing.
Oh, it was basically just Erwin being awesome.
Yeah, because, that speech amongst the fandom, and it's nowhere near, to me, Mustang's moment, but it's his moment.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was less action and more of like an incredible monologue.
What I loved about it, when Mustang got his moment with Envy,
yeah, it was one of the greatest things
that was just a payoff
yeah.
for everything building up to that and every shitty thing that Envy did.
Yeah.
And then Mustang finally caught his man.
Yeah.
And he fucking sent it home.
Well, just the way he, like the action.
It was just so great.
Yeah, it was
so great that Envy was so powerless.
Yeah. I feel like the voice actor, though, like coming from Scar to this, I think his best performance, even if it's not the best character, is definitely in that Steins Gate. I mean, it is like, you're sitting there listening to this. He's supposed to be in his mid to late 20s, and he's like, I've heard he's got like some kind of personality disorder or something. He just wants to be this mad scientist, but it's kind of like a joke with him and his friends. And he's saying these long monologues that are hilarious.
Are you talking about it in the show?
In Steins Gate, yeah. But then they actually do this one thing, and they go, I can't believe we did it. And then that's when the show kind of takes off. Yeah, like that speech to me is one of my top 10 anime moments, probably. 80% of it's the performance, but the writing is incredible for it. Like, do we die in vain?
It was great.
Yeah.
How he inspires us.
Like, I was crying almost.
Yeah. They do not back down.
Yeah.
it was
like
great.
Screaming at him, man. Like, and he's leading from the front.
Yeah.
And,
heroic leadership.
And he knew,
but he knew he was going to die.
You know, he had to inspire them too,
yeah.
and it was just, and to give up his dream. I just wanted to.
I know that was what was the most powerful thing to me.
Yeah.
Is a man sitting down and looking back in regret and knowing he has to give up his dream.
Yeah.
Like a man sacrificing his life, and to me, that's kind of what sacrifice means. Is recognizing that
you might have to give up something great
you
to
have
do
to
the right thing.
Yeah, to do the right thing for the benefit of humanity, benefit of his comrades, benefit of the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
He had to lay down his life and lay down his dream. Laying down your dream is a hell of a thing. Kind of surmised in the episode before that
he did a lot of...
I could go find out right now if I wanted to, but he didn't leave his post.
And he also said that he did a lot of things in the show or to get to this point kind of selfishly.
He did. His ultimate reason was selfish. Like he led people with a desire. Like so many other people followed him, believing what he had to say. But when he was describing himself to Levi in the last episode, he described himself as a con. He described himself as a con man.
Yeah,
he said that I just tell people.
Yeah,
I sell them.
Well, it reminded me of kind of Snake talking about how he's not a hero. None of that stuff is real. I'm just a killer that they hired. Yeah, and I keep good at it.
I'm just an old killer.
Oh God, David hated performance in that game. Yeah,
it's a damn shame they replaced him. I like Kiefer, but it's a damn shame.
I like Kiefer's performance. And of course the dialogue. Kojima's dialogue's so good, but there's no need to have Kiefer.
I wonder if they're going to actually bring those voice actors back for 3.
Oh, for the remake?
And redo the script. Because they did that with Twin Snakes.
Well, I heard actually that they have a lot of external pressure to not change anything. so
just to literally do it and give it a facelift.
Yeah, I don't know for sure. I imagine the script will be exactly the same. They might want to. They're not going to do what Final Fantasy VII did. They're not going to remake. Yeah.
I don't know though. It'd be very, very beneficial to give it the Fox engine.
Oh yeah. Well, from what I understand, they're going to give it. Well, I think that's Hideo's engine, or did he make it for Konami?
It's Konami's. Okay. Because I don't think he could not use it for Death Stranding.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
He had to use.
I guess it's not his. He doesn't create engines. He's just a game designer.
No, but he was in charge of. I think it's part of his development.
Okay. Yeah.
But I'm pretty sure it's Konami's.
Okay. Well, you're right because they use it for soccer, for PlayStation, for Pro Evolution Soccer.
Because with Death Stranding, they had to go to some other company.
Probably Unreal. Well, the Unreal Engine.
It wasn't Unreal.
Okay, the Unreal Engine is the best engine in the
industry.
industry.
Right now, off the top of my head, but I don't believe it was Unreal.
Yeah, everyone keeps trying to make a better engine. Like Final Fantasy, the Japanese, like the Squaresoft made some Luminous engine. It was so good, but it was so hard to use, and no one else wanted to use it. They just said, "All right, we'll use Unreal."
I don't know how hard the Fox engine has been described to be used.
I heard it was hard to use.
Well, maybe, but
But I know the game was. I didn't beat it, but
if you had the people that just in that little pod of workers that we created this. We know how to use it. We just make shit.
Well,
I would imagine they are probably good, but if you have to teach other people,
most of the time you have to justify it's the cost it took to make it. You have to lease it out to other developers.
It's called the sunk cost argument.
Yeah.
3 days later.
Anyway, we've been talking forever. Yeah. Irwin's awesome. I want to see Levi fucking take out the Beast Titan. He's on his way there. He's fucking clinging to those other Titans as he's going along to surprise him, and they're distracting the Beast Titan with his charge. And I want to see the Beast Titan get his comeuppance.
Yeah, I certainly agree. Just let you know, by now, I'm sure we have the next 4 weeks on our Patreon for early access. Also remember, just click on the link below to watch the reaction. We can't put it on YouTube, but then come back for the post-talk. Let's jump in.
What's wrong? Not enjoying yourself so much anymore?
Come on.
What do you think?
Well, we didn't see anybody die yet, so I'm assuming that Rhina and Bertolt will get theirs in a different way than I was expecting. I was kind of hoping at least Rhina would just get blasted into pieces because he's already had his moment. But Bertolt, I wanted to see him get his just desserts.
Yeah.
But it's a very fucking powerful episode. Levi whipped fucking the Beast Titan's ass.
Wasn't that one of the...
Whipped his ass. It was so great.
Wasn't that just so good?
It was.
Just
I was watching him just get diced apart. He had no fucking chance. He had no fucking chance. It was great.
Not so fun now.
But he was still going after him. That was cool.
Yeah.
But seeing him get cut down, he was still like, oh, whatever. And then he fucking gets diced apart. It was fucking glorious.
Yeah.
I do like this transition with his face to this hair. Fucking great. Yeah.
Is this
He
Levi?
just fucked him up, didn't he?
Did?
Had no clue about Levi.
Take your eyes.
It just fucking carves him up. Yeah, like a fucking Thanksgiving turkey. It's great. It's great. He just carved him up.
It was great.
It was. I love seeing that
Yeah.
piece of shit just served up on a platter.
Yeah.
It's great.
To me, this is one of those moments for Levi, the one that you wanted last episode.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's
great. He just comes in there and just fucking opens up and just tears them apart.
Well, and I think it's when we were talking about on the last episode, like we haven't seen that one thing. Like we've seen, like we know he's better.
Yeah, he whipped Annie's ass.
Yeah,
in that one part.
Yeah, but he hasn't had like something like that.
No, he has not, and it's great. It makes me think of Kenny.
Yeah.
How much he learned from him and everything, and just
makes Kenny's character better.
It does. It elevates him.
Yeah,
because of that.
In my opinion, that continues to happen too.
Yeah, he just fucking just whipped his ass.
Yeah,
piece of shit deserved it. I'm glad to see him carved up and served up like that.
Fucking little stupid ass duck with the ass.
I know. That fucking stupid piece of shit duck faced motherfucking thing with a card on its back. It's like fuck that thing.
Yeah, it's not. I mean, that's like the least cool Titan.
I know, but it just jumps in and saves his ass.
Yeah, I mean, if you think about it,
he's still talking shit as he's riding away. He has no right to.
But he gave a compliment though. He said, "You are dangerous."
I know, but it's like, come on. I mean, it's.
And you see how he was also...
Hanji coming back was one of the best moments.
Hanji coming back, I really love Hanji.
I'm glad to see she's still alive.
Me too. I really love her character. So,
oh yeah.
Erwin, he was incorrect. Or, I mean, he didn't say that they were dead, but he said they were mostly...
They were caught in the blast.
They were caught in the blast, yeah.
You could only assume that she was dead because he couldn't hinge his entire plan on the, the off chance that she's still alive. He had to keep moving.
Do you remember what the Beast Titan, the man in there, that guy said? He said, "You're not like your father. You gotta try to find joy where you can."
Yeah.
So it's like, who's his father and everything else,
I don't know. I don't really care about his personal development myself.
Yeah.
So I want to see him die. I don't care how fucking pitiful he is. I want to see that man fucking gutted from stem to stern.
How'd you feel about Bertolt wanting to give Armin a quick death?
I mean, I get it. I mean, Bertolt's having his moment where he finally had some clarity.
Yeah.
He's not, his emotions are getting the better of him.
Yeah.
He's just like sticking to the mission. And Rhina is the one that's like fucked up with PTSD and his memory's not there anymore because he's just got his head cut off and shit. But I'm glad to see them both getting their comeuppance. I'm glad to see them both.
Well, it's one of those things where we don't know what happened to them, like and why they're here.
But but you see like how our characters have suffered.
Yeah,
the amount of people that have suffered because of them.
Yeah, I feel like there's
like women and children.
Yeah, I feel like there's nothing that they
mothers
went through
and daughters
to justify
eaten and crushed and just fucking murdered and devoured.
Died terrible death.
Died like some of the most horrible deaths you can ever envision upon man. Yeah. And I don't feel bad for them. at all.
I completely understand. I feel like there's nothing they can show me to feel like...
I feel like there's something they can show me to tell me, okay, I get why somebody would feel that way. I can empathize to a point to say, okay,
like, what would you do if you're in a position?
But those people hadn't experienced, like, they don't understand what they're visiting on. It's kind of like the reason we bombed, was it Nagasaki and Hiroshima?
Yes. Because
we were sending a message to the Russians. It had nothing to do with the war with the Japanese. Truman dropped those bombs because we wanted to show the Russians, because they were already envisioning the Russians as the next big threat.
I thought they were... Yeah, but they were fighting with us at that point, so, right?
Yeah, but they still knew the Russians were going to be the next enemy.
Yeah.
Like, they already were talking about that. They already knew it.
Okay.
So, I mean, yeah, it was like, okay, we don't have to put as many American lives at risk. That's still a factor in there. But you can't deny the information. But at the same time, they dropped those bombs. Like, the ultimate reason was like, okay, the Ruskies need to know.
Yeah.
Like, after this war's over,
it's a terrible thing, war.
You draw the goddamn lines. It's fucking horrible. It's stupid.
Did you see this? I think I sent you. There was like this. It was like a 1980s comic book. It was a manga, and it was based on a true story of this boy who survived the blast, but his mother and his father and his baby sister were caught in it. And it shows in a like it was drawn because it's the late 80s, like the most horribly graphic thing like this person drew of what happened to his family, like the skin boiling off, like his little...
I don't think I've seen that, but I do know that Genghis Khan, Genghis Khan, I guess, would be a better pronouncement, but fucking boiling people alive all the time. It's a horrible fucking way to go.
It's a horrible way to go.
And, like, war to me, there was a time when I wanted to say, is like the reason it's still being fought is because there are still people in the world that are just, like, these backwoods, barbaric, like, they still want to fight over... like geopolitics in a way that resembles things 100 years ago. It bothers the shit out of me because most people, and I don't mean this directly towards you or anybody I know people that go to church, and I genuinely believe that there are people I know that go to church that are genuinely good people. Yeah. But, like, people want to go to church, they want to fucking go to work, they want to watch their news, they want to watch their sports, and they want to go home, and they want those routines to be established and set and maintained, and they don't want anything disturbing them. That's where I think the fucking glory of Christopher Nolan's version of the Joker fucking just struts right in there. It's like, man, like if it's not part of the plan, nobody likes it.
Yeah, that's when...
Yeah, but if it's like, come on, the fucking plan is just to maintain your standard of living just so you're okay with the bullshit that goes on. Yeah. And that's like George fucking Carlin said.
No, he's right. Like
that man was a genius. He was way ahead of his time, and
and he made it funny.
Yeah, he did, because that's how fucking, that's like The Watchmen. Yeah. When they talked about the comedian's role, and they described an actual comedian, what he's good at and why he's good at it. It's just like, they make you see things. Yeah. And that's the idea with the Carlin. He's like, it's all a big club and you ain't in it when it comes to politics.
Like, we get mocked by other countries that I think we're better than generally because of just how we are, especially the past 10 years.
We're better because of our heritage, but things right now... in the past 50 to 75 years, they've been fucking stupid. And our country is stupid. And there's a lot of countries that get a lot of things right, but I won't say that you have not benefited from our power. You
always leave that in.
Because that's fucking how it is.
You're talking about NATO. Yeah, he's talking about NATO and like the way like after World War II, we were...
Yeah, we have so much of an influence in the world.
We were controlling...
that every other country that benefits from us, even like peripherally...
Yeah.
So I don't want to fucking hear it about like, oh, we're so better than Americans. It's like, no, you fucking are, because we had to do all this other shit and now we're paying for it. So I don't blame any of you for being good at what you do. I don't. Yeah. I really don't. I respect other countries. There's other languages I'd love to learn, but I have no reason to do it and no one to talk to in it, so I'm not going to do it. Yeah. But it's like, and I'd love to learn German or Russian, but I don't know any fucking German or Russians. I wouldn't be able to keep up with it. It'd be a chore for me. So I don't want to do it. But the point is, like, we cannot deny the great influence that America has had on the world.
We've done incredible things. It's just like
and other countries have benefited from it, and now they're doing the same thing that we're doing, just in another way, because they benefited from it in a way that's let them forget about why they benefited from it.
One eternity later.
How long have we talked?
I don't know, but it's true.
No, you're definitely. Every country had slaves. Every civilization.
Well, you can
had
edit
slaves.
it. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be edited out, and all this great talk.
Well,
fine
actually,
points I'm making will be lost to history.
I think you can keep a lot of this in, Brett, because I don't think we don't take a side and then we complain about everybody. I think that's generally okay.
Yeah, America deserves its fucking comeuppance. It deserves a black eye, and the black eyes it gets.
Yeah.
We've fucked things up and we've done things wrong, but the fact that we've influenced the world, I guess how the world works though. Like no country ever has influenced the world in a way that has been strictly good.
No, of course not. No.
It never happens.
No.
Never fucking will.
And a lot of bad men had to do a lot of bad things for us to get this goodness.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's like it's just how the fucking things work with humanity, and it sucks.
It is sucking.
Balls, and it's just how it is. But it's like the hypocrisy of that human situation and how we are that I just wish would be addressed. But no one ever wants to. They always want to put a fucking nice, pretty package on it and say, "Oh, hey,
I think
we can go to church and talk about this, or we can go to this fucking." I don't know, politicians rally,
yeah,
and like drum him up, and we can go do this and we can do that. Like, why don't you fucking go down the road and help your neighbor? Why don't you go walk next door and see if your neighbor needs some food for that night, or fucking the kid needs clothes, or I don't know, something like that.